Let's take down Dynamax Zapdos. It is making its debut in Pokemon GO during the Max Monday on January 27th from 6 to 7 p.m. local time. It will be available at Power Spots the rest of the week, and it will cost 800 Max Particles to battle and can be done with a maximum of 4 trainers, since it is a Dynamax and not Gigantamax battle. If you're having trouble finding other players, please check your campfire for your local area. When you go to catch it, it will be shiny available and will have a Hundo CP of 2015. Alright guys, I want to take a minute to talk about Articuno. Apparently we didn't learn our lesson from the Gigantamax Kanto starters when Niantic said it was going to be one of the toughest battles yet. Because we didn't prepare enough for Articuno. There was a bunch of trainers on the internet complaining about how difficult it was. They saw all these other people, soloing or duoing this legendary. But let's be honest, the majority of us, those middle tier players, we don't have the candy, the dust, or the resources to solo this boss. And it's going to be the exact same for Zapdos. This is not one you are going to solo, okay? So you want to try to get as many trainers as you can up to a maximum of 4. The other thing I want to make a big note of as well, this is often overlooked, definitely underestimated at this point, is to hit the power spots that have defenders in them and try to coordinate with your local community as well. If you know you're going to be doing the Max Monday, get with a couple people and put some Pokemon in as defenders at those power spots you're going to be hitting on Monday. Put those in on Sunday and get those little gloves up as high as you can. Believe me, you're going to thank yourself come Monday. All right, so let's talk a little bit of strategy. You're going to start with a tank and spam fast attacks and collect those little Dynamax booster icons. You can use charged attacks for this one. It's not going to matter as much. I would try to spam the fast attacks as much as possible, but charged is okay as well. And then during the max phase, you're going to switch to your main attacker and then back to your tank once the Dynamax phase is over. Make sure to have a decent mix of tanks and healers, and at least one of the best attackers if possible. And make sure to talk to your team about this. I really suggest, just taking 3 minutes before your battle. You got 4 people there. Take a few minutes before and talk about what everybody's role is going to be if possible. Here, it's frigid cold, so most people are doing this from their cars, but if you can communicate in some way of, hey, I'm going to be focusing on shielding, I'm going to focus on healing, and you want at least 2 people focusing on attacking. That's kind of how you want it set up. Zapdos is an electric and flying type, so it's only weak to rock and ice. It's going to resist bug, grass, fighting, flying, steel, and ground types. So your options this time will be much more limited. So let's go through what your top counters are going to be. Your top tanks or shielders are going to be Excadrill with Metal Claw and Rock Slide. You could use Mud Slap as a fast attack, but Metal Claw is going to fill that max meter slightly faster, so I recommend that. G-Max Toxtricity with Spark and Wild Charge, and Dynamax Toxtricity with Spark and Wild Charge. Your top healers are going to be Excadrill with Metal Claw and Rock Slide, Greedent with Tackle and Body Slam, and Rillaboom with Scratch and Earth Power. Alternatively, you can try a G-Max Venusaur as a tank and healer, but be aware that he's not going to cause basically no damage at this point. So he's just good to have, make sure only one person's using him at a time. He is good for tank and healing, but that's about it. Your top attackers are going to be Cryogonal with Frost Breath and Triple Axle, G-Max Toxtricity with Spark and Wild Charge, and Dynamax Toxtricity with Spark and Wild Charge. You could use your newly caught Dynamax Articuno with Frost Breath and Triple Axle, but unless you're spending all your max particles on his max move, you're probably not going to have this ready. So Cryogonal is going to be your best option, and then Toxtricity is going to do kind of neutral resistance there, but he's going to be another good attacker for you. Either way, no matter which Pokemon you are picking, you will need to go through the ones in your collection that have the highest max moves and the highest level. This will trump the small type effectiveness we'll see here. So Zapdos knows mainly electric moves, but also can know Drill Peck and Ancient Power. So please don't be that guy who brings water Pokemon. Please, this is not the time. And if you're running a Venusaur as a tank or healer and he knows Drill Peck, he's going down. Just back out, re-roll his moves, because Drill Peck is going to take your Venusaur out in one hit. Ancient Power is going to be effective against fire types like Charizard and Cinderace, so if you do wind up bringing those, just note that as well. Once you get it done, if Niantic allows it, once you catch Zapdos, start leaving him at power spots regularly for some super easy legendary candy. And as always, get out there and make sure to enjoy the game by yourself or with your PokeFam and friends. I'll catch you next time.